There's an old army phrase, if it ain't raining, it ain't training. And when I set off, it was not raining, it was nice and crisp and snowy, and now it ain't. I've not walked a great deal until I joined the army, but in the infantry, I walked a lot. They would give us a 24-hour ration pack, point us in a particular direction, and off we'd go. And if we didn't get there, they'd give us another 24-hour ration pack, give us a kick, and tell us to get there faster. And because of that habit, once I started walking, I carried it on. I asked around some of the walking Facebook groups that I've joined to see what other people get up to. And for everyone that gave me an answer, it was pretty much a different one. So I thought, why not, for the information of anyone that's not familiar with ration packs, record what's in them. And so I have, for two reasons. Firstly, it could be bothered to cook. And secondly, it might inform you as appropriate. And so, this is 24-hour ration packs. What's in them? This is a British Army 24-hour ration pack. This is menu 1. The advantages of this are, it is 4,500 calories in one bag. There's a bit of weight to it, as you can see. Scaled up, I've got fairly big hands, but that's quite a chunk to carry, especially if you're yomping around with 3, 4 or 5 of them. In the kayak, not so much of a problem because it carries the weight, subject to your capacity in what you're floating on. But I like these, and I'm intending here to show you why, to give you an idea of what it offers, and you can then make a call as to whether it's suitable for your needs. First things first, it's all sealed, but that is a useful plastic bag. I'm going to cheat. I have scissors, but you can tear the thing open, or you can just cut it. This has a dual purpose, because once you empty out its contents, it becomes the bag into which you can immediately place your litter, ensuring that wherever it is you are, the stuff is all going away with you. With one swift move. So what have we got in here? Well, start the morning. Breakfast. Breakfast of champions, pork sausages and beans in a tomato sauce. This is 300 grams and there's 145 calories per 100 grams, so you're looking at pushing 500 calories in your breakfast. Midday and evening meal. Midday, I'm choosing meatballs and pasta, pushing 400 calories, again, just in that pack. So you've got the tear marks up the top, little divots, so let's squeeze it all down. Let's get all the goodness down to the bottom. It's a bit easier to open it. So this is the chili con carne. Now, looking at this, it's got pushing 500 calories for this pack. Now, if I was walking through the day and resting through the evening, I'd go for the biggest calorific value for lunch. So, in effect, the chili con carne would become my midday meal. Last bit, a chocolate brownie, and we'll get to that. Let's file that over there. Let's see what else we have in the pack. Just nuts. Easy to stick in your pocket, easy to nibble on. Excellent little package. And to go with just nuts, just fruit again, we have biscuits. This little collective, with the exception of this, which is some jam, a very useful bag. Energy drink powder, raspberry, orange, peach iced tea. Personal favourite is the peach iced tea. Quite like the lemon as well. If you pour the water onto the powder, sometimes you end up with a bit of a gloopy mess at the bottom. Most of these packets have a little nick in them in order to assist them in the tear, and it goes. This is a recent addition. I've not broken one yet, and they're great. Actually, I think I've torn off the raspberry one rather than the orange. I tried an orange one. They were remarkably good. They almost tasted like a sort of the long life orange that you can get in the cartons out of a supermarket. It really was that good. So, one raspberry energy drink. 200 calories of energy in a glass of water. Fully acceptable. I prefer the orange one, to be brutally honest, but when you're looking for that energy kick, this is an easy way of getting in liquid form, easy uptake. What else have we got in here? We have tea bags times 2. We have coffee times 2. We have sugar times 4. We have whitener times 4. We've got some purification tabs. You get some chewing gum for minty fresh breath. You get some chili powder just to take the edge off the minty fresh breath. And you get some matches. Some very neatly packaged tissues and some antibacterial wipes. So, chocolate. Again, got a little tear in it. Put a little bit of water in first, otherwise you'll end up with a blob of chocolate on the bottom. Point to note, this will actually make quite a lot of hot chocolate, so make sure you don't put it into too small a cup or mug. You see on the top here, you've got some little bits and pieces of chocolate. I've never been able to not get that, but that's a lot worse if you don't put the a bit of water in first. Chocolate with bits of chocolate in it. Lovely. Biscuits, because those are the rules. Now, the main event. So, breakfast, and pour out the loveliness. That is hot. Let's give it a go. The perfect start. So this will be my 500 calories worth of chili con carne. That is hot to the touch, so you'd always need to have maybe a nice thick glove on or beanie hat to wrap around the bottom of this. So the chili con carne, I've had this a few times. Even if spicy food's not particularly your thing, this isn't that spicy. If you want to add a little bit of bite to it, you've got the spicy sauce that comes in the pack. Let's give this a whirl. That's really nice. It's like almost like a smoky, Texasy kind of flavour thing going on. On its own, definitely going to take your mind off a cold and rainy day. And finally, meatballs in pasta. Right, go on here. Hot, 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 hot. So meatballs in pasta. It's the end of a long day. You might have managed to sneak a beer or a wine or something into your kit. You're sitting down, you're watching the sunset, and you've just delivered this to yourself. Let me tell you. Again, I've had this before. That is very doable. Over and above that, because I've worked hard all day, I get the reward of 426 calories of chocolate joy, which would go down a treat just before retirement. Getting hold of them, I've always used the resource of eBay and have yet to fail to trip over these things. Buy them in tens, they seem to be a lot cheaper that way. How much would you pay for a day's food under normal circumstances? 10 to 15 quid. Even if you have to pay 15 to get these things delivered, I still think it's excellent value. You can eat these cold, the tactical approach, and it's not as good as it is when it is hot, but it's certainly absolutely very much palatable, hot or cold. If you like what I've done here, have a look back at some of the expeditions and missions and mischief that we've been up to over the last year and a half, and I've done some solo stuff. Have a look at the channel, Steve Trumm Film Productions. If you like it, please like and subscribe, and if you really like it, please share. Thank you.